Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome ACORD President and CEO, Gregory A. Maciag.
Morning. Wow, what a nice crowd this morning. Great time. Good morning, everyone. Last year, I told you we were going to take the best of the implementation forum, held around this time, and the best of the ACORD Loma Conference and create a new event. I said at the time, unlike 20 years ago, you now see technology on the agenda for just about every industry event. And that's great, because it helps shine a light on what we do at ACORD. We do deliver a different value proposition, because our industry involves a network of interdependencies among all the trading partners. Our committees have become the center of gravity for industry standards, and I'm pleased to say a platform for modernization and innovation. We help to shape that collective vision that cultivates enthusiasm and commitment from a large number of people across the globe. So as we navigate this wonderful digital world, ask yourself these questions. Is the pace of change beyond your comfort zone? Are the rules that guide you no longer reliable? Do you need to collaborate more with your trading partners? If so, you've come to the right place. This is it. Welcome to the 2015 episode of the new annual ACORD Conference. I like the word episode because it represents a journey, a distinct and separate event, yet part of a larger series. But no matter how we frame it, like ACORD itself, this is a work in progress. Even our vision evolved from making our industry more efficient to making and keeping our industry digitally relevant. So be sure to give us your feedback, because as we create future episodes of this conference, we need to do so together with you. Remember driving down the street, seeing video stores, bookstores, and music stores? I do. Those brick and mortar businesses have been obliterated by Netflix, Amazon, and Pandora. Now, what do you see in these strip malls today? You see bank branches, about 100,000 of them, in fact, but it's estimated that in 10 years, 80% will be gone. PNC Bank alone has 3,000 branches, but every time somebody takes a picture of a check, instead of going to the branch, the bank saves $4. Multiply that by the millions of transactions per bank per year, and you can certainly see the size of the opportunity. The largest banks spend $50 billion to keep their branches open, but only 15% of transactions take place online, or in the branch, I'm sorry. New firms that merge finance and technology, or they call them fintechs, are gaining ground tremendously. The financial space is filled with new lending channels and payment processing options. As a result, banks must learn to overcome resistance to change. They need to explore new online strategies, anticipate disruption, even from firms outside of the industry. Now, I mention all of this because the research that I see about the imminent disruption of banking in the short term pales by comparison to what is expected to happen to the insurance industry over the longer term. Massive amounts of online data will bring new meaning to risk management and risk transfer, and result in new types of life, health, personal and commercial insurance products and services. But the surveys and research reports conclude that traditional insurance firms have been slow to adopt digital tools and business models relative to other industries. The barriers mentioned in all these reports were incompatible systems, organizational silos, and disjointed workflows. Now, if you add legacy technology, cultural constraints, meaning people, and you can see we've got some work to do. But the good news, in my opinion, is we're making progress. We plan to challenge conventional wisdom, stimulate new thinking, and help to drive innovation. We begin with Jared Cohen. He's the founder and director of Google Ideas. His latest book, The New Digital Age, he was co-authored with Eric Schmidt, in fact. They observe that by 2025, the world's population in a single generation will have gone from no access to unfiltered information to having all the world's information on a device that fits in the palm of your hand or on your wrist. And everything we do is already influenced by the digital world around us. And Jared will share his views with you this morning in a moment. Wasn't this innovation challenge this morning terrific? I'm sure it was. I enjoyed it tremendously. Be sure to attend the next session tomorrow, right here in this room. This is just one way we're planning to drive innovation, and it's only the beginning. We're creating a new innovation lab at ACORD and expanding our research and development. In fact, your board of directors is in the process of transitioning the ACORD 2020 Vision Project that involved hundreds of members into a new process and strategy committee of the board itself. They're doing that this afternoon. It's been my experience, though, that strategy at ACORD has always been more about adapting rather than planning. I think it served us quite well over the years. One of the posts I did on my blog was called Always in Beta and highlights a more experimental, more iterative approach to new products and services. In fact, New Balance is doing the same with their online shoes. If you go back as far as I do, you can certainly appreciate the change in this industry. Back in the 1980s, I published a primer on automation for agents and brokers with the title, What is a Computer? Okay. Today, we ask a different question. What's not a computer? Your leaders have done a great job about adapting ACORD over the years. When the ACORD project was created 50 years ago, members focused on new ideas, much like we're doing today. They created standard paper forms, and now we have smart forms or e-forms. They created standards for direct billing and formats for 3270 green screens. Remember those? Today, we focus on architecture and process. They created programs to share leased lines for telephones and networks. Today, we support networks that support ACORD standards and provide testing and certification. ACORD has always been about bringing the industry together with a common purpose to cooperate, share resources, and prepare for the future. Personally, it's been an amazing journey for me. As most of you know, I plan to retire in April of 2016. That's 5 months from now, and I will serve as an advisor to the new CEO when that announcement is made. So before I walk off the stage for the last time, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everyone. First, I want to thank all the people who served on the ACORD Board of Directors for their support over the decades. They're here in this room. I want to thank all the past chairs of the board. They're attending this meeting. In particular, I'd like to thank Andy Fogarty, who was chairman when I became president, and John Leonard, who's chairman today, for all the help. I want to thank the staff for doing what they do so well. They're amazing people. They joined ACORD to make a difference, and they really do. I also want to thank all the committees and working groups that bring real meaning to the idea of coming together here at ACORD. And I want to thank all of you for sharing the vision and for your active participation. Finally, I want to thank my wife, Carol, and my daughter, Michelle, for putting up with my long ACORD nights and travels. And they're here as well today. Let me close by saying this. There is no such thing as a permanent state of excellence. We need to be in a permanent state of learning, of becoming, of getting better. And quite honestly, that's why we're here today. So let's get started. Thank you, ACORD.